Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Stacy and I make videos on fashion, styling, and shopping. And today's video is not clickbait. I sold my Chanel handbag, the only Chanel handbag that I've ever had, the Chanel bag that I've wanted for as long as I can remember. I sold it. It's not clickbait. Anyway, before we get into that, let's get into my outfit. I actually did a TikTok on this, so check out my TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, please do. TikTok is fun, y'all. Like, if you don't have an account, I would suggest signing up, even if you don't post anything on it, just to kind of work. So my name is Stacy J6 on TikTok. So follow me if you shall be inclined. Yeah. So outfit of the day. I did go over it on TikTok. This is an old outfit. It's head to toe Zara. Even the earrings are from Zara. I hauled these on my channel several months ago. Oversized hoodie. I know this is like my staple, a signature Stacy thing. This is a shoulder pad tee, muscle tee from Zara. I've had this for years. I have on a pair of like, sort of like more or less wide leg baggy jeans from Zara. I got these on clearance years ago as well. This may be my first time actually wearing them. They're really long though, so that's the other thing. It's like I'd have to wear them when I'm like really kind of going out because I'd have to wear heels, and I really haven't bothered to like get them hemmed, which I should, but I have so many other options. I mean, I'm like, why am I going to bother? I can wear other jeans if I need to. That's really where I am right now. And then I did pair them with a pair of heels from Zara, which I've had for years as well. So, and I'm digressing a little bit, but I think at some point I'm going to do a video about Zara and like the slander that I would say fast fashion has sort of gotten over the course of, I'm going to say probably for several years now, but um, it's not that I'm going to be defending them, but I do think that there's a place for the Zaras and the H&Ms in the world because everyone can't afford luxury price points. And I think we need to have a conversation about that. And not saying that I don't think that we need to talk about sustainability and be responsible, but I think we need to be responsible in all directions when we have this conversation. As you are influencing your following to purchase. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm not going to hold you guys long. I did want to just discuss briefly, why I did sell the Chanel bag. It was not really that hard to do, honestly. I had been thinking about it for a really, really long time. And I think really, I pulled the trigger because I started like doing lots of other clean outs of my closet because that's not the only bag that I sold. I sold two Gucci bags as well. And I really feel like it just came down to me just not being able to afford the bag. And when I say that, I mean, I can't afford to have like bags sitting in my closet and not wearing them. I bought those bags outright a couple years ago, so it's not like, oh, I'm still paying on them. No, I paid cash. So when I say I can't afford them, I don't mean that I couldn't afford to buy them. But for me, I can't afford to like just have bags, not getting my cost per wear out of the bags. Not for those kind of prices. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to be able to justify spending the type of money that I spent on that Chanel bag to keep it in my closet. And then I was going to be able to sell it for what I essentially paid for it. Then I thought that that was probably like, a win-win for me. Right now, that bag is about $3,000-$4,000 more than what I paid for it. And I paid for it at the actual Chanel store. It's just not worth it, guys. Let me just tell you this. Let me just kind of give you guys a little bit of background about the bag in general. First, I got the bag. It was black with silver hardware. I don't even know that I actually even hauled the bag on my channel. That was the first time. I don't think that I did. I think you guys asked me to do one. Maybe I did eventually. I don't really remember, but I know that it was a while. If I did do one, it was a while before I did one. I should have gotten it with the gold hardware. They didn't have one with the gold hardware, but I was fine with silver because I figured silver would be like a little bit more casual. But I'm going to say this, I just never pulled that bag out casually, but then I felt like it wasn't super interesting to wear it out at night, if that makes any sense. I had to force myself to wear the bag. Whenever I would like travel, I would like wear it. I wear it at the airport. It's a nice little flex. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes the flex is kind of what you want. But I can't say that I found myself actually like wanting to like really style it whenever I was going out. Like honestly, whenever I went out at night, I would pull out either my YSL Toy Lulu bag, because that bag can go both casual, but if I put like a gold chain with it, you know, like a little shoulder strap, then it makes it look very nighttime. I wore my off-white bag a lot at night, and honestly the bag that I pulled out the most was my vintage like $400 faux fur, I'm assuming it's faux fur, Fendi Baguette bag. Like that's the bag. That bag is black. That bag is where I wore whenever I went out at night. I never pulled out the Chanel bag. So I'm like, I spent $400 for a vintage Fendi Baguette bag, and that's the bag that I use 90% of the time, especially in like the winter time to go out at night. I never pull the Chanel bag out. Like never. Like I never even when I would try and do it, I'm like, it's not really the vibe. And I don't know if it was because the bag is a little bit too big, even though the medium size isn't, because I had the medium size, isn't a big size. I'm thinking maybe if it was a little bit smaller, like it was a mini, it'd be a little bit more, I guess, going outish. You know what I'm saying? And then too, like during the day, I'm not really walking around DC with a Chanel bag on. I mean, not saying that there are not people that do, but I'm going to tell you right now, DC is not like the fashion capital of America. So it's not like, you know, you're going to really be in super appropriate like settings. Not that you need a setting in order to do that, but in general, I'm just not walking around like that. You know, that's not something that I felt like really went with my lifestyle. And I'm really surprised because I really do like the quilted look of it. I like the chain straps. Like it's so girly to me. I like that aspect of Chanel. And I have Chanel shoes. Like I love my quilted loafers. I wear those shoes all the time, especially in the winter time, and like basically fall, winter, I wear them all the time. I style them all kinds of ways. I love them. I love my Chanel quilted dad shoes. I wear those shoes all the time. So it's not like I don't like the look of it, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't hitting for me when I went to like style it. And I also think that the quality wasn't that good. Granted, my bag, there was nothing wrong with it quality wise. I had no QC issues with it, but I wasn't like super impressed with like the leather. I like YSL's leather way more than Chanel's. Way more. To be honest with you, I like Coach's leather just fine. I was not impressed. So I don't think the bag is really even worth it, in my opinion. Now, would I get another Chanel bag? Not in retail, I wouldn't. And y'all know I wouldn't. I don't know why I even said that, because you guys did not need me to say that for you to know that the answer to that question would be no, I would never do it. I almost felt embarrassed that I spent the money that I spent on it, to be honest with you. Especially when I did get it and then I wasn't really even wearing it and using it. I don't know. And then I thought that maybe it would be different if I bought like a different color bag. Like maybe if I bought like a red bag, I'd be able to style it more. Or maybe if I bought like a mini version in like a colorway or something like that. But even still, like let's just say I bought like a green or like an orange or yellow like mini version. I mean, I'm only going to be able to wear that so many times too. So I'm like, I don't know. I just don't think it's really for me, especially at that price point. When I bought like a vintage Chanel bag, probably, you know, if I would like to go into like a vintage store and they had like a bag that was in great condition, it was maybe from like the 80s or something like that, and it was like a couple $1,000s, yeah, I'd be open to that. But I don't think that I would buy like a brand new classic flat bag ever again. I have no desire to do that. And I'm not really even an Hermes, you know, person either. Like I don't really like the Hermes Birkin bags. I do like the Kellys a little bit, but I don't like them enough to be like, yeah, I need a Kelly bag. I think a lot of that has to do too with people just wanting to have those bags for status, because some people that have a lot of those bags, I'm like, that's not even your style. But I digress. I did sell 2 Gucci bags for the same reason. There were 2 bags that I bought a couple of years ago as well. Really, the pandemic, I was acting a fool. Like, I was just spending money like crazy because I really wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't going on vacation, so I really wasn't spending money on experiences. And I was just kind of bored looking at YouTube videos and being influenced. But these 2 bags that I bought actually didn't spend that much money on. They were probably maybe about $1,000 a piece, but I never wore the bags. Those were my 2 minis. I had like the mini Dionysus bag. It was like the blue jean one, and I liked that bag a lot, but I literally never wore that bag once. Never worn once. And then I have this other bag. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a small mini bag too. And I think the problem with that particular bag was, well, similar to the blue jean one. I just couldn't figure out how to style it in a way that was really make sense for me and my lifestyle. Like the blue jean bag, that Dionysus bag, that bag was very small, so you really couldn't put anything in it. And it was blue jeans, so you really did have to like be creative about styling it, and I don't really do that. Like I don't style around bags. I just don't think I'm a bag girl. I don't know. I'm not styling around the bag. The bag is the last thing I'm thinking about when I'm putting together an outfit. That's just not how I do. And I know some people are really about that bag life. I'm just not. And I think that I've come to the conclusion that I'm just not a bag girl. The other bag that I had, I actually like the bag. I probably would have kept it, or maybe I would be open to buying it again. But like the bottom of the bag, it had like that red and green striping. I think if it was just the normal like brown striping, I think it would be fine, brown and tan. Because I do have that version too. I kind of wish I would have gotten that one, but because of that like red and green, I think that kind of made it a little bit harder for me to style that. So I just never wore it. Plus, I have two other vintage bags. Well, I have the Jackie bag, which is a fairly new bag, but that bag again is like tan and brown, so it's easy to like wear. So I do use that one. But honestly, the ones that I use the most are my two vintage Gucci bags. I have like this vintage clutch that I bought for like under $400. I think it was like $300, and I wear that bag all the time, and I get so many compliments on this vintage clutch bag. And I also have this other like I want to say it's an Ophidia bag. They still make the bag, but I bought a vintage one, and I kind of use that bag to kind of like throw around, go to the grocery store. You know, I don't wear it like formally or anything like that, but it's just one of those like little nice bags to have to kind of like throw on for every day. Those are the two bags that I use the most. I use those bags way more than my Jackie bag. I do use my YSL Toy Lulu bag a lot. So if I were to buy like another luxury bag, it's probably going to be YSL. I do like that new Gucci bag. There's a Gucci, I think it's called the Aphrodite bag in the small. It kind of reminds me of like the YSL, I think it's a 587 bag. One of those two bags I would probably buy, like the 587 for YSL, and I would probably buy like the leather version of the I think it's called the Aphrodite bag, because I think it just kind of released earlier this year. I was real late to that. Real late to that. Another bag that I'm thinking about this year probably would be, I really do love my Coach Heart bag. Right now they have a couple other colorways besides the black. I have the black, and I wear that black all the time. If you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, then you should. That particular bag I've worn, I wear a lot. I don't think that I would buy any of the other colors that they have right now. It's like one is like an off-white. Right now I do have like that particular colorway in another like Coach bag, and I don't use it that much, so I don't think that I would buy another bag in that colorway. And then there's another color, I think it's like a lavender color, and I have that color in like a Brandon Blackwood bag that I never use or wear because of the color. I don't know, it's just hard to style. Some colors are hard to style for me when it comes to bags, so I tend to kind of pick the same things. I don't know, that's just where I am with that. However, I do think that if Coach came out with like a red bag, or maybe even like a really bright pink, or maybe even like a soft pink with like gold hardware, I'd be all over that heart bag. So I'm really hoping that they do come out with some of those sort of colors going forward. Because right now I feel like they have like basically two neutrals and one other colorway that's sort of like muted. So I don't really feel like it's really super compelling. But I love the heart bag. And there's also this Marc Jacobs like drawstring bag that I am like obsessed with, and I'm surprised I haven't pulled the trigger. I just feel like right now I need to get my bag collection down to the bags that I really truly want to go forward with, because I don't think I'm done selling. To be honest with you, there may be a couple of other items that I may sell. I think I'm done selling my like true luxury bags. I mean, I don't have that many, to be honest with you. Like I have my Prada bag, re-edition. I think it's the re-edition. I don't remember what year it is, but it's the one with the strap and the pouch. You know what I'm talking about. That's a tan bag. I've worn that bag a lot. I wear my off-white bag a lot too. I'm trying to think what other bags do I have. I have my Jacquemus bag, the brown bag that everyone kind of has with the little top handle strap. Oh, I have a Louis Vuitton bag that I have. I can't remember the name of it, but I haven't pulled that bag out in so long. Like so long. I really should sell that bag, but that's really the only bag that I have that has like the LV monogram logo. I think I have another bag that does have that, but it's like a fabric bag, so it doesn't really count. And that was a vintage bag too. The other bag that I am talking about, the one with the monogram print, that's a bag that I bought in Paris, so it does mean a lot to me. That was my second trip to Paris, but my first trip staying in Paris, because the first time I went, we just took the train because we were actually visiting London. But then I went again several years later, and we stayed in Paris the entire time, and I loved it. And my experience was at the Champs-Élysées flagship store, and it was wonderful. I mean, I got this champagne treatment. She gave me a tour. She was super nice to me. So to me, I think that that bag in general will always be special. So I would probably never give it up, even though I don't wear it. However, I used to wear it a lot because when I bought that bag, that was probably like my second, I would say, luxury bag that I'd ever had. My first one was like a Boston bag from Gucci. I wore that bag to death. Like, it's faded and everything. I don't even know where that bag is right now, but I wore it to death. Now I bought this bag. I forget the name of the bag. I'm going to put the name of it on the screen. And initially I wanted another bag that was the same price, but they didn't have it. But she recommended this one, and I do like it, and I wore it a lot. So that bag I think I'll probably always have. But I don't really wear that bag either. So it's like between that and like, okay, I don't wear a lot of high-end bags. I'm not really that mad about it. So I just think that it's come down to the fact that A, I don't want to be a collector. I can't afford to just have bags sitting in my closet and not wearing them. That makes me a collector, and I'm not a collector. I like to wear things I have in my closet. So when I say I can't afford it, I'm like, I can't afford to just have stuff sitting there and not have actually using it, because I can't afford that. Like, to me, that's rich people shit, and I'm not rich. So that's why I sold that bag. And I don't know that I'm going to really be like investing in a ton of like luxury, true luxury, which y'all would consider to be luxury, even though I consider Coach to be luxury. A lot of you guys do not. So when I say luxury, I do mean like the LVs, the Chanels, the Dior's, the YSLs. I mean those girls. I don't know that I'm going to spend as much money or actually invest as much in those bags, because I don't think that I use them enough. And the ones that I do have, I wear a lot. So I just don't know that I need a ton of multiples. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. I think I have to accept that. I try to be one. I'm just not. I'm just focused on the base. Like, I like the tops, the skirts, the jeans, the dresses, and the shoes. I'm really not, I don't really use bags as my fashion finisher. Even though I know a lot of people do, and I have, that's not really my goal. Like, my goal is not to buy bags in order to, like, you know, make an outfit. The outfit makes the outfit for me. And, you know, and I think the reason why that's the case is because, you know, when I go into work or whatever, even though I don't now because I work from home, but, you know, for years and years, I went into work every single day. And, you know, I had to think about the base. Because when I'm walking around the office, I'm not walking around with the bag. I'm not. So to me, this has to stand alone. It can't need that extra accessory to like pull it together or make it look finished. I need to look finished without the bag. So that's why I think that that's really never been like my thing, because I've never really needed that to complete an outfit. Even when I do style things or whatever, like if I do like a cutaway and I'll like show you guys something on style, I mean, a lot of times I don't even have the bags. So I have to force myself to even really think about it. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of how I feel about that. You guys, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Keep it cute, keep it nice, and I hope you guys are having a good week.